My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2014 movie, and this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But this movie got terrible reviews. Everybody seems to hate it, and I'm gonna be honest, I just don't get why. I'm not saying this movie is great or it's an underrated gem, but it's far more enjoyable than what you've heard about it. Like, this movie. Oh, you know what? Let's actually begin talking about the cast because Megan Fox does star in this movie as April O'Neil, and I think she does a terrible job. My goodness, I won't say I don't understand why they hired her because I totally do, but it was just clearly the wrong decision. She can be great in a movie like Jennifer's Body or Tell Death, or she can be good in a supporting role like in This Is 40. But in a movie like this, she just doesn't have the charisma or the personality to carry it, and I think she's very bad, and I don't even like the way this character is written. The character just lacks a general sense of self awareness, and she just got on my nerves. So, yes, Megan Fox was miscast. Will Arnett's also in this movie, and he's terribly miscast as well. Look, I love the guy. I think his performance as Job in Arrested Development is one of the best comedic performances of all time. I also think his performance in BoJack Horseman is masterful. But he just feels like he's in a totally different movie than everyone else. He has this snarkiness to him, and he just never felt like a genuine character. So I don't think he works for this movie at all. You got William Fichtner, who can be a good actor. I have liked him in movies, but he's very bad here as a generic villain. You've got Tony Shalhoub voicing Splinter, and I love the guy. I think he's hilarious in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, but he is a complete miscast as well. I just don't think his voice has the power this character needs to have, and yeah, I'm not a fan of him. But then we get to the second half of the voice performances, and you've got Johnny Knoxville, Alan Richardson, Noel Fisher, and Jeremy Howard voicing the four turtles, and I think they genuinely are great here. They brought their characters to life so perfectly, and out of all of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies I've watched recently, they've never felt as distinct as they do here. I can tell you, Leonardo is the one voiced by Johnny Knoxville, and he's the leader. I can tell you that Alan Richardson voices Raphael, and that he's the hothead. I can tell you that Noel Fisher voices Michelangelo, and he's the one who's got the hearts for April, and he's like the comedic relief. I can tell you that Jeremy Howard plays Donatello, and that he's like the brilliant nerdy one. Because I just feel like more than any other movie, the characters felt completely different here, and I really loved that aspect. And there's just one scene when they're in an elevator just making music, and I don't know, I just feel like they have lots of personality here. And another thing I like about this movie is that it's like 90 minutes long or just above, and it feels like it. This movie starts off immediately, it's really fast paced, it just flies by, it's a very easy movie to watch. I also think this movie makes the right decision to have April O'Neil be the protagonist and not the Turtles. And then we learn about the Turtles through her, and she's the audience's eyes and ears, and I think that was really well done. And another thing I like about this movie is the action. I think it's actually got some very fun moments. There's this scene when they're going down a mountain, and look, it is simple, really. to come up with a good action sequence. Instead of just having characters fight in a mansion or on a rooftop, you just have them fight somewhere unique. And here, they're fighting down a mountain as a truck is spinning out of control, and some of them are unconscious and they have to wake up, and it's just very exciting. And I just think it's a great sequence. You've got this final battle on top of a skyscraper, and there's a section that falls off, and I thought that was really good. Besides how April O'Neil kicks the bad guy. I didn't like that at all. But I think the action for this movie is entertaining. But it still has that generic feel to it. It still kind of feels like a Michael Bay produced movie, even though it's directed by Jonathan Liebsman. I don't think it's great. I think the villains are actively terrible. Shredder looks menacing, but the dude's just completely lacking character-wise. William Fickner is bland. And then you've got this backstory with April and her dad, and I don't think that's needed. It just feels very tacked on, and the CGI in this movie is very hit or miss. During the big budget action sequences, I think it's very convincing. But anytime I saw Splinter, he just looked completely off to me, and there were times where the Turtles felt off to me. The CGI is 50-50. So, look, this movie isn't perfect. It's definitely flawed. It's not great, but I enjoy it for what it is. I think as a generic big budget blockbuster, it delivers enough of what it needed to. You got some fun, inventive action sequences. You've got 4 characters who have distinct personalities and are just very entertaining to watch. I think the movie makes the right decision to focus on April. Just structurally, it works the best out of all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, and yeah, I enjoyed it for what it is. So I'll give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles a 6 out of 10. Okay, have you seen the 2014 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.